Hey guys, Mike here. So happy Sunday to everybody. Getting ready for the start of the Christmas week, ramping up and everything. So boy, I don't know about you, but went shopping last night. My wife went shopping early in the day and texted me and said it's insane the 4 stores she went into, right? I went at 8 o'clock at night because I had to get one thing, right? A universal remote for this TV I'm setting up for my son. And I mean, I couldn't believe it. I was like, Super Walmart, packed out. I'm like, at 8 o'clock on a Saturday night, the people got nothing else to do, right? But getting last minute shopping in, partying like at $19.99, credit cards, saw smoke coming off of them when I was standing in line waiting to check out. It is unbelievable, you know. And again, I guess you guys will let me know what your area is the same way. So maybe it is going to be a busy killer type of, you know, Christmas shopping spree. I don't know. I doubt that, but we'll have to see. But that's going to be a big thing, right? And so, of course, you know, what are we looking for this week? I'm going to go over some of the stuff you can look for coming up this week. Remember, this week you will see lower volume for the next probably 2 weeks actually, because some people are taking off, they're going on vacation, they got bigger things to worry about, right? And so that's the reason, by the way, people say that you'll see a Santa rally a lot of times, because if you have less volume, it's easier to manipulate it one way or the other, right? And so if that happens, you can see why, but things are going to have to turn around quick in order for that to happen. Let's be honest, or we're getting coal in our stocking. But I will start off with this right here, and we do have earnings, by the way. I'm going to talk about coming out that we definitely need to watch, because it's going to be an indicator of what to expect coming into 2023. But, you know, let's see how the China stocks handle this Monday. Of course, here we go. Shanghai shuts down schools again. COVID waves, blah, 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 blah. Right? Same old stuff. I'm sure there'll be something out tomorrow saying, we're reopening. You know, nothing to see here. And so we'll see how China start out. But when you look at the S&P, let's start with the weekly real quick here. First of all, this is the 5 period moving average. And you can see on the weekly, when this thing turns down significantly, which if you look all the way to the right, it is right now, we get a very, very nice sell-off on the weekly chart. And so that's one thing going against us right there. And the other thing is, man, look at these gaps. Oh, my goodness. And we've been talking about this in the Discord, which is like, which one's going to feel first? Because you got a huge one, which you started to feel, but that's got a long way down, as you can see. I think that's the one that takes us to 38.18, if I believe. And then there's one below that one. Or are we going to maybe make a move up, right, and start filling those gaps? And so it's just I don't know. When you look at it, does SP look bullish to you right now? Not really, but again, you'll get a bounce because of, you know, a lot of stocks are oversold right now in the hourly. So I see a short term somewhere in there coming in the next few days. We'll have to see. And the other thing to look out for on the QQQ, which I put in the Discord when we were talking about this, because I didn't realize S&P Friday, overlooked it. It was ex-dividend date, right? And what happened? We gapped down. Well, here's the Qs. And their ex-dividend date is Monday. And so what happened, which I put in there, is that the last 3 this year, 2 gapped down, 1 gapped up. One happened to be, I think, is when we were actually one of those rallies, and so maybe that's why it gapped up. But, you know, so it's 2 gap downs, 1 gap up. We'll see what happens. I mean, like, we're super bullish right now in the market. So if you see a gap down the Qs, that could be what it is, and then you get the bounce like we did on the S&P. It gapped down, and it started trying to come back a little bit. It was all over the place. But, you know, that's something to watch out for as well. But one thing I wanted to show you was this gentleman who's been in the business a long time with investing and things like that, and runs a firm and stuff, and owns part of a bank, all this good stuff. And, you know, I said, what was it, February, March, whatever, April, somewhere in there. I said, you know, these people telling you cash is trash, you need to get rid of them quick, right? Because we're in a recession. A bear market is much different than a bull market, right? You can get away with a lot of mistakes and be 100% invested in the bull market. That makes sense, right? But in a bear market, it's totally different, right? And so, but these same people preached for, you know, God, up to like 2 months ago, all of a sudden, cash is trash. And all of a sudden they're going, maybe I wish I had some cash, right? And so, and I'm talking about these big time YouTubers and other people out there trying to get your money. And so, of course, you know, this gentleman who's obviously got some years on me had this advice for investors. And I'll actually put the link to this video, the whole thing, down the bottom, because it is a really good interview with this gentleman, and he has a really good perspective on things, and he brought up some stuff I didn't even know about debt, like debt we can't see and stuff that's sitting out there, and there's a lot that you just can't see until you hit really rough times, and then all of a sudden they come to the surface and you're like, right? And so take a look at what he had to say about maybe what you need to do about having some cash and stuff and explaining it.
How does one survive a recession and pull up ahead of the game?
Well, I think people have to remember, David, that the idea of investing just to stay invested all the time doesn't work when you're in a recession. You have to be in a position where you can survive and get to the other side. And I think people have really gotten spoiled since 2009. And they think, well, just, don't worry about it. It's just a short-term thing, comes right back, everything's okay. This is different this time. It's a real, true recession, probably. And in that case, what you're going to have to do is, if you don't have liquidity of some kind, you probably are not going to do as well. And we preach this now for the last year and a half, but the main point is that, investing is that you can't afford to have these 40, 50% drawdowns. And if you get into one of those, it takes so long to come back. So they can say all they want to about market timing, but part of what you want to do is really create a situation where when you get into these recessions and deeper bear markets, you don't get hurt as badly. And the only way you can do that is to have some liquidity.
And if you're new here, please hit that subscribe button. Really appreciate it. And if you're getting anything out of this, please hit that like and think about sharing the video, guys. And just a quick reminder that Seeking Alpha is doing that $39 yearly special for the first year up to the end of the year. So I guess you got, 11 days left to do that. We get 83% off. And if you've never been to the website, so I guess, what is that, $3.33 a month? Is that right? If I do the math correctly. And again, my favorite channels on the website are the trending, what's going on right there. I use that for my morning news brief, things like that. Top stocks, I have 2 screeners I run. You can create your own screeners, of course. And then, of course, stock ideas, because, we need them for everything, and I definitely need them for this channel. But for investing, and then ETFs and education are mine. But you might have some other ones. So check it out down in the description if you want to try to sign up for the $39 for the full first year. So a great deal. And that leads us into something which I update you guys on every month. And this is what I keep saying is a lagging indicator. But even when it's lagging, when the report comes out, if you're not seeing any movement up, it kind of tells you what's happening, especially in some of these rallies we're having and stuff, and that is margin debt. Remember, this market does not go on these huge runs. I'm talking about like going to a bull market without a ton of margin being taken out, and this is in billions right here, yearly change. You can see that's October, we got it, and there's nothing there, right? We had that big rally coming up in October. No margin moved up dollar-wise, and you can see dot-com bubble, '08 crash. You can see when the markets pretty much bottom and start to move back up versus what they're doing now. And it's just this major sell down. And you see the big difference as far as how many people have margin now or did have margin. Because like I said, all you need is a pulse now to have margin. I think everybody and their grandmother has margin at this point in time. And if you look at just percentage-wise, you can see we still, compared percentage-wise to .com and '08, we still got a ways to go, or ways that we can go, I guess, to say it differently. And so this is something I'll obviously continue to update every single month when it comes out, because even though it's lagging, you can always use that for something. When you see that move start to move up, that lets you know, because remember, NASDAQ 100 probably bottom first, and then the S&P at some point in time, if we do follow the trend of all the other bear markets, that's probably going to be the case. And so none of that, and especially the big moves, are not going to happen without people taking on leverage. That's just the way it is. And so I'll definitely keep you up to date on that one. But the earnings we need to be paying attention to, okay? Because this will kind of show us where the economy is going, and not just here, but around the world. And when you look at this right here, obviously Nike gets a ton of its earnings from here, but also globally, right? And then FedEx, because they are all around the globe too, and their last earnings and what they said wasn't great and kind of scared the heck out of some people. And so again, is it company or is it actually specific to the economy? Then you got Carnival Cruise Lines. Are we still traveling like it's 1999? Cintas will have to do with employment. They're the uniform company. Micron, we'll see how this does with semiconductors. They've had a big run up lately. CarMax, the dumpster fire, but again, the used car bubble has popped like crazy. Paycheck, obviously, will do with employment and things like that. And so those are the ones I'm going to be paying attention to, and I will report on them throughout the week as they come out and stuff. Again, I think you're going to see much lower volume, much less participation in the market this week. Could see some last-minute tax loss harvesting. That could take place as well. Let me know in the comments if you've done any of that. And so that's something some people wait to the last minute to do. You just haven't made your mind. Like, maybe, why not? And I think it really depends on what you see happening into next year, or do you have a lot of gains you've somehow got to offset right? So that's something to pay attention to. And the last thing I was going to make you aware of, because a lot of you email me about this stuff, and so I'm just going to go through it with you, about what do we get for the $7.99 less than the McDonald's combo thing. And I said, okay, well, let me just take you through it. You got your Patreon, which I post everything as well, pretty much, but the most of it's going to go here in the Discord, where you got your members videos twice a week, Wednesday and Friday, and I'm doing a bonus one tonight for the guys and gals over there, because I found something new and I want to show it to them. The morning news briefs every day, as you can see, very detailed, and everything you can imagine, from key levels, important indicators, what max pain is going to be, important news of the day, and I'll start doing the weekly moves as well. Daily trade, still working on it, got a bunch of them, but what's the point at this point in this market putting them in there? Daily max pain, because the guys wanted it, like I told them, is their Discord. So I'll start tracking that every day for them, so you can compare it and we can see what's happening, see if we can see any patterns forming on that. Chats, big time, news updates, obviously everybody, and this is everybody participating right here. This is the community. So investment wins, which I love to see, probably more than anything. But stage one forming, I told you, whether you join this community or anybody else's or just your own, start having a folder for this, right? Start saving TradeView, whatever you do, and start putting these on there, because this is what you need to start forming your watch list with. Then you got range bound stocks, which are great for trading. I know I like to do that. SPY, the guys wanted a channel just for that, because that's the talk of the town now with everything going on with it. Day traders channel, swing trade ideas, which I just posted some, and so does the community. Post swing trade ideas to set up. Again, teach somebody to fish, not give them the fish, so the setup's there for you. Option plays, a lot of guys do the options. DCA opportunities, the last one I put was Meta, because you can pretty much see big money's rolling their profits out of Netflix and throwing it into Meta, trying to get that gap fill like they did on Netflix. Cryptocurrency, if you're into that. And then my favorite one, education section, share stock resources, investing questions, chart analysis, and the community's really active in these channels, and so helping each other out. And it's amazing the research they put in themselves as well and share with everybody. And so again, if you're looking to join a great community, right down there in the description is the link. My new motto is less than McDonald's combo, but I'm gonna change that to Wendy's. $3 less than a Wendy's combo. I don't know what's going on with Wendy's, man. I love them, but McDonald's brought their prices back down in my area. Wendy's $10.50 for one single combo. It used to be, $8 or whatever it was, $8.25. I don't know. I guess Wendy's, maybe they decided, heck with that, we're just gonna keep the prices up. I don't know. The food ain't that good. It's fast food for God's sake. So, but yeah, so that'll be the new motto: $3 less than a Wendy's combo. So anyway, I'll end up keeping you guys up to date. Tomorrow will be interesting. We'll see what happens with all the stuff going on and everything. Again, at some point in time this week, it's going to be a bounce, because there's a lot of stocks oversold in the RSI. It's just natural to see it. So anyway, hope you guys have a good one. Hit the like, subscribe button if you got anything out of it, and I will see you tomorrow.